Hi, I'm Susanne, and I want to tell you a little bit about how God's at work in my life. So for a little while now, Judith and I have been meeting, mainly in coffee shops, to look at the Methodist Way of Life card that Roger Walton produced. And this has been a real blessing, and this has been a way that God's been at work in my life. So one of the ways that's been working for us is that we keep each other accountable in our faith, and that's been a real blessing. That's encouraged me to get my daily devotions a bit more sorted. They weren't exactly daily before, and I didn't really set much time specifically aside to talk to God or to listen to Him. So now I do. It's encouraged me to go to Cornerstone to find some resources, and it's encouraged me to just try, and most days have a set time of quiet when I can just be with God. Also, I guess in those conversations with Judith and looking at the card, well, let me just read something. It says, "We will look and listen for God each day." So we've really been challenged by that to find and notice the ways in which we are seeing God at work and hearing God speaking to us. And sometimes that's been in surprising places. I'm not sure I've managed to do that every day, but once you start thinking that way, you notice the ways in which God is perhaps trying to speak to you and show you things. Also, in our discussions, we've looked at another area on the card, which talked about we will honour creation and tend the environment. Really topical issue, one that Judith's really passionate about. And we had some really good discussions. It's really challenged me to think about what does looking after God's world look like for me. But it's also had an impact on church life too. So through our discussion, which was quite impassioned, we felt we wanted to share that with the What's Next team. And when we met together with What's Next, we talked about the environment and how as a church we're doing our bit, which has led to Andrew putting environmental issues onto the agendas for leadership meetings and also for property and finance. So not only have these conversations, these times with Judith, challenged my personal faith, it's also spilling out into how I live that faith out in church too. I feel really blessed by this time, a time where I can share with someone else the ups and downs of life, where I can talk about my faith, because like most people I'm perhaps not very good at doing that. Also just chance to talk and to think about what does being a Christian in this day and age mean? What does that look like? How might we go about that? So through these conversations, through the sharing, through the thinking about some of these issues, I really feel like God is at work in my life right now, nudging me, challenging me, perhaps pushing me in the right direction. And that's something to be treasured. I think that's probably all I need to say for now. Thanks.